I'm just gonna do my thing in a minute. We're just vibing. Y'all believe that? Okay. We are so easily led astray. This is true. Very, very true. I'm going to start by saying all and anyone who are listening, know that your answers are within. Know that you have your own inner voice, your own inner guidance, and that you are surrounded and protected. You just have to acknowledge it. You walk around and deny it and don't acknowledge it, and it's like it's not there, but it is. Always been there. It's always going to be there. The subject of the matter for this live, my very first live, by the way, so we're not judging nobody here. I'm not judging you, and you're not judging me. We got a real heavy Cancerian energy, Cancerian Capricornish type energy. When I say that, I mean overly emotional and financially incomplete. We'll say it like that. This isn't just for the men, but it might be too. A lot of times, because of society, men think that in a relationship with a woman that they are supposed to be in control of all the dynamics, when those dynamics have changed. You know, those dynamics are different now. And we're living in a society where if you're in corporate America, the women now are getting the higher positions. It's not, you know, I understand the money, the white man money and all of that, that's going to stay there and remain there. But generally speaking, which creates riffraff in your home, because the man is used to bringing home the bacon, so to say, right? The man is used to being able to provide and be waited on because the woman has that time. Well, the woman don't have the time anymore. And society has put the woman in a position of such power that when you go home to each other, what's there to talk about? What's there to discuss? And when we have children in the mix, and most of the time we do, because a lot of times that's why we're trying to make it for the child. Not all the time. Not all the time. But a lot of times that is why we're trying to hold on to a relationship. And if it's not for the children, it's some type of codependency outside of the child, where you feel like you need that other person for whatever reason. And that's your right. But when you get to a point where you don't even have peace in your home, and you're trying to go elsewhere to find that peace, then something's wrong. And you've got to look at the situation and assess where you're at. Because whether the children see the fighting and the fussing or not, they know that somebody's not happy. They sense it and they know it. In order to flourish, relationships must be fluid and free rather than overly rigid and controlled by emotional neediness or insecurity. It's important to master your emotions so that they do not rule the relationship. A partnership based solely on emotion is out of balance and out of control. Yes. Self-control is the key here. And that's the thing, a lot of people don't ever achieve that on their own personal level. That's why I respect people that can be by themselves. If you jump in from one relationship to the next and you've never spent any time alone and lived alone and you don't know what it's like to make it on your own, then I'm just going to leave that alone. Act from a combination of emotion and intellect, and your relationship will thrive and grow. Be sure that your influence is gentle and loving. This is not the time for domination. This card asks you to accept another person's uniqueness, and this is the one. Control. Control. And that's all you need to see. And to not require that person to conform to a mold of your choosing, just to make you feel more comfortable. And sometimes they don't even have to ask. You don't even have to ask the other person, because that person is going to do exactly what they think that you want or desire until you get to a place of comfort where then they can just show you their true colors gonna shine on through. 90 days. Give people 90 days at least to know whether or not you're compatible. This card also serves as a reminder to come from compassion and understanding rather than anger or frustration. Now is a time for patience, steadiness, and clear thinking. Apply these qualities to your relationship with others and with yourself. If you're involved with a difficult person or situation, try to look through the other person's eyes and experience what his or her heart and soul feels. Try to see the situation from another perspective. With self-control comes confidence. Allow a situation to unfold and detach yourself from the outcome. Don't try to control it. The end result of self-control and confidence is supreme peace. Take some time to examine how control in its many aspects of affecting your relationships. Okay? I control my emotions and embrace peace. I control my emotions and embrace peace. Find the strength within. Find the strength, within to do that. Now that's my motivation card, which is the card that came on the bottom. The first card I pulled was for, I did children, love life, and finance. Children. Darkest fears. I'm not going to ask what's going on, because I know. That's why I'm sitting here talking to myself on this live thing, just in case one person needs to know too from a different perspective. Outside of their emotions, outside of their fears, outside of what could have been, outside of what they want to control. Okay? Anxiety, doubt, resolve, release. Release your darkest fears. Stop having those anxieties. What's meant to be is going to be. Because you plant your own seeds. So whatever it is that's coming around now is what you're reaping from those seeds. And that's the personal responsibility that we have to take for every single day of our lives. Because guess what? That stuff might have happened 7 months ago, might have happened 7 years ago, might have happened 7 years and 7 months ago. And you thought you got away with it. You thought, well, golly, I'm walking around here doing my thing and I didn't get touched by that there. But you will. It comes back around. Because you don't never know what happened in the wind that day when you was planting that nasty seed. You don't know who swung and made that seed fly into another dimension. And it didn't root down here right away. So yes, you have to be careful every single day what you say, what you put out into the universe, the words that you plant, the energy that you put out up into space that is being planted as above, so below, and it's within. Okay? And all that stuff comes back. It rains right back down on you. Be careful what you say, especially when it's dealing with your relationships, when you're mad, dealing with your children, when you're sad or whatever. Don't be careful what you say. This card says, having love in your life is crucial. It's a must. Don't deny it now. Choose it. Because denying is a choice too. And you can't do that. You can't deny love. Love is powerful. Love is what we need. Love is the force that's going to heal and do what we need here on this planet. And it's the only thing that's going to do it. Because there's been so much hate and so much evil. So it has to be love. It's nothing else that'll do it. Nothing but love. Having love in your life is crucial. When a relationship does not go as planned, or when a desired relationship does not materialize, it's easy to lose yourself in worry and doubt. You may even question your own worthiness. It's easy to become obsessed with all of your darkest fears regarding love. And that just gave me my own flashback. I wish I had somebody to talk to. That's all right, I do. Because I just remember having a situation when my son was young. And I thought my world was over because of somebody else not being there. And now that I think about that, it's like, what? You thought that? Really, B? Come on now. But back then, you couldn't have told me that. I was down on my knees, broken down in the deepest, darkest, despairest, homelessness, alone with a child in diapers, not quite walking, scared. But I came back. Because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to let anything stop us from pursuing what we're meant to do. A lot of people don't know what their life's purpose is. But you have one. You chose to be here. Don't let your anxieties paralyze you into a total state of inaction. Dwelling on your worries only feeds them with energy. allowing them to consume you and overshadow everything else. Take a moment to determine what might be troubling your heart. The anxiety may be obvious or quite subtle. Once you identify it, decide if it is something you can resolve on your own or if you need assistance, and then take the appropriate action. I mean, if you need help, get help. Ask for help. Speak to somebody. And that's why I say it's more of a male energy that this is for, because a lot of fathers over the holidays don't get to see their children for whatever reason. You know, a lot of fathers all the weekends and days of the year don't get to see their children. And that's cool and fine and dandy. But when a holiday comes up, oh, I need to see my child. You know, there's a lot of different angles of looking at things. And I understand people got jobs, but people do what they want to do. And you make priority what you want priority in your life. And if it's not your child, then it's not going to be your child. And I'm done with that one, because that's real sensitive. Dealing with children is very sensitive. Love and relationships. Shine. I don't know why moonshine just came to mind, but shine. Believe, realize, harness, enthusiasm, potential, and a breakthrough. This card symbolizes the positives and powerful energy that now surround you. By embracing this energy, you can improve current relationships and draw new ones to you. See yourself in a glowing orb of brilliant golden light. Believe in the power of this light to infuse your relationships with enthusiasm, life, and greater love and understanding. See it moving outward, surrounding all of the people you know, and filling them with joy and hope. Visualization can be quite powerful, so use it to magnetize and attract what you want in your life. It's also time for you to let your own light shine. You're an amazing being. You're magnificent. Realizing and believing this is the key to unlocking your personal potential. Be confident in your dealings with others. Use your talents to point relationships in positive and empowering directions. Letting your own light shine will act as a beacon to attract others to you. People of like mind and similar vibration. It will also encourage others to let their own light shine. Harness the amazing energy surrounding you and shining from within you. Use this energy to break through any obstructions that stand in the way of complete happiness. Know that you deserve the best. People are attracted to you when you are joyful, enthusiastic, and confident. Radiate these qualities into the world and see what beautiful things you attract. I shine my light out into the world and joyfully attract all that I desire. And she almost looks like she's just rising up to the sun, and she's got all the sunshine in her heart, and it's just absolutely beaming straight out into the world. And for the parents, okay, because this is dealing with children. So I mean, if you're not a parent, this is not going to resonate with you at all, because this is love and relationship, but it's still ties into the first card when it comes to children, because a lot of times it's our relationships that are building those fears that you have for the children. You think you're going to lose your relationship if you do this, that, or the other for your child. You think this person's not going to want to be there if you have to do this, that, or the other for your child. But the thing about it is, you have to make the choice that child came first. And it don't matter if you're the one that provides the roof over their head or not, you're still their sole provider. The last card is finance. And that Capricornish energy. Capricornish. It's a devilish energy just because of the finance, Like they say, money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. But it's nothing without human touch. And that's a perspective that a lot of people don't understand. They're so worried about having it that they don't even understand money's nothing without us. Money is absolutely nothing without you and I spending it. Think about it. What are they going to do with all that paper from all them trees that they tearing down, chopping down to make money with, if we're not spending it anymore? But that's another subject. We're not going to get into all of that today. Stability, reality, grounded, and health. It's just a matter of perspective when it comes to dealing with your finances, because when we have wants and we have needs, it's a lot of children being neglected because adults cannot properly handle their finances. And you know what? Whether it's your fault or not at this point, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or whatever, and you're a parent, you have to come to a point where you look through that child's eyes at how they see what's going on around them. Where you can look through that child's eyes and understand from where your inner child comes from, what you wanted and needed and expected as a child and maybe didn't get. And you got to make sure you fill those voids for your children. You have to make sure that you keep yourself in a financial position. And it doesn't matter, how much money you make or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter how you make it is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how you make it. You don't have to have the 401k that we're brought up thinking that we have to. You don't have to have that job with the insurance benefits. You need a job with some benefits. You don't have to have that to feel some sort of way about your power and your status as a human being, as a financial participant in this world that spends money. But what you do have to do is you have to be realistic about what you make, when you make it, how to set aside for the rainy days. And knowing that when your child needs something, that's priority. That's number one. The potential exists now to bring greater stability to your relationships. Be realistic about what you can expect from others and what you can offer in return. Be consistent and clear in your actions and demand the same. Look, listen, it's Thanksgiving. People got birthdays. You got Christmas. You got New Year's. You got extra cooking. You got extra time with the children being home. You got a lot of things going on. If y'all had all this year, the entire year of 2018, if you've been in a financial bind and in a position where you don't even know if you're going to have all your bills paid for, or if you just barely can, don't go out and buy anything. Please. Please. Don't expect anything either. Wipe that mentality clear, because the reconditioning that you have to do in order to get that money is nothing without me powerful mindset. And you'll step away from that, oh, I need however much more to get this, that, or the other to make it until the end of the month, or till I get paid, or till I can do something else with something else, or whatever you do. You've got to break free from that. And the way to do it is, if you can come up December 24th with $429 to get your baby one of the newest little camcorders so they can record the baby going up and down the soccer field or the basketball field or the football field or whatever. If you can do that on December 24th, and everybody in your family, I bet you, has got a camcorder on their phone. So you really don't need it. You really don't. Yeah, it looks nice and it's fancy, but you could do the same thing with something you already have. Save it in another place and then watch it on your big screen. You can do that now. You don't have to go out and spend that just because society says it's Christmas Day and you got to have a present to open on that day. No, stop it. Don't do it. If you can find that money on that day, promise you, your boo gonna love you so much more. So much more when you do something else instead of spending that money. When you put that money up somewhere, forget about it. Forget about that money. And then that damn $450 electric bill come in because it's cold as hell. And y'all got to have heat. And she like, oh my God, it's usually $275, baby, what we gonna do? And you march up there to that spot and you say, this is what we gonna do, baby. Because we not living in the third dimension, stuck up in this world, making it and doing it like everybody else, fussing and fighting, looking all ha ha he he on social media. Look what he got me. He he her. Yeah, he knows what I like because I got this necklace on. No, we gonna have our light bill paid. Let her stick her nose up in the air for that day. Let her do it. But you're still going to be there in 2 months because you're going to be paying that bill even if you're not there. She's going to be calling you up asking you to help pay that bill and you're going to have that money because you're not going to spend it on nothing stupid. By taking a down-to-earth approach, your expectations of other people are more likely to be met and relationships will be strengthened. Scattered emotional energy will not serve you. Be sure to ground yourself. Steady and calm energy will translate into secure and strong relationships. To ground yourself, take a walk in nature and connect with the energy of the trees and Mother Earth herself. Enjoy greater health by exercising and eating well. A healthy body will help you feel confident about yourself and your abilities. This self-assured energy will enable you to improve current relationships and attract new ones as well. And that's the thing with finance, too. If you're not well within, then wherever you go, you're going to give off that vibe. You're not going to be well without. And a lot of times people are going to say, men especially, oh, I put in the application, I put in the application, I put in the application, I put in the application. But that's all they did. They didn't get out, follow up. And it's not even about the application, really. It's so many needs in the world, you know? And you don't even have to be an entrepreneur where you're going to start your own business. But if you need something, you can look around and ask someone. And that don't mean you're a bum standing on the corner begging for change. It means that if you see somebody with a need that you can do and they have the money that you don't have, that's barter and trade. That's how we used to get by. And that's okay. It is okay. Children, love and relationships and finance. With all of that, and with everything coming up, and I say everything, you know what I mean, the holidays. 'Tis the season to be jolly. When we have a higher rate of suicides, we have a higher rate of depression, we have a higher rate of people seeking out guidance, counseling, going to psychiatrists and psychologists for help, feeling hopeless and helpless. But all you hear and all you say is 'tis the season to be jolly. And not everybody has that hope and that luster and that abundance and that blissfulness when it comes to family and doing things together and coming together and having that bond. And the illusion of what everyone else has brings them down even further than what they already are. That's real shit. And we all have to start reflecting and looking at those things and the possibility of our hand in them. Okay? We don't have to participate. We don't have to go out and buy just because somebody says it's Christmas or it's Thanksgiving. We don't have to do it. Make a choice and a decision to focus on yourself, own family, your own relationships, and what's coming up in 2019. That's what's up. That's what's real.